Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to join us today. We actually have a great Facebook Live event for you. You'll notice at the top of your screen, it now says love, hope, and faith. And that is because this morning I realized that the most important thing that I can do is inspire you with my message today to be in a greater place of love, a place of hope, and to have greater faith. So let me explain to you why. When you're in a greater place of love, it not only enables you to better hear your angels, but it also helps you to be better to those in your life, like your friends, your family, and your coworkers. I heard it said earlier this week by a great spiritual teacher that it's not so much that can you hear the angels, it's that can the angels hear you? Do the angels have access to you in your life? And I've been thinking about that all week. I thought, isn't that an interesting teaching principle? And then this morning, when I was getting out of bed, it hit me so strongly is that the way to do that is to be in a place of love, is to open your heart and feel that full range of love and open your heart to your angels. Let them see you. And when you do that, then you're going to experience that divine connection with them and you're going to let them into your life. And that's how they're going to work with you. And it's like a team thing. It's not this separate thing where it's the angel on the shelf idea. It's an active relationship. So that's the first part of love. Also, hope is so important, especially right now, as a lot of us are transitioning in our jobs and in our careers, and there's so much uncertainty. Hope is such a better place to move from because when you have hope, that is going to move your ego out of the side. That's going to push darkness out of the way. It's going to move your fear and cast it aside because hope means you have that little glimmer of a belief that things can be better, right? That life can be better, that your relationships can be better, that you can be better. And it's so important that I inspire that hope in you today. And the last one is that you have faith. Faith is that energy that allows the angels to go to work on your behalf. If you have faith in your life, if you allow faith in your marriage, in your work, in your career, in your health, in your addictions, that is what allows that higher power, God and the angels, to go to work. So I just pray for you that my message is going to inspire you today. I am Julie Robinson. I'm an empathic psychic medium and angel intuitive, and I'm no pastor, but I do want to pray for all of you today. I just want to pray, angels, thank you that you're sending healing to everyone, that you're sending healing to everyone's finances, that everyone's finances are being healed, that you're healing everyone's hearts today, that our hearts are in the right place, angels. And God and angels, I pray that you're sending healing to people's bodies, to people's minds, to people's souls. I can feel you watching me and listening to me. And I know that the angels are with you right now. I pray that you know that right where you are, the angels are. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I have a great message for you to start, and that is about being able to actually hear the angels, because I know that's so important to so many of you, not just students of psychic development, but all of you, whether you want to be just listening to the angels more for your families or if that's your career. It's such an important thing to be able to hear them. And God this week told me to put more of myself into my Facebook lives. And although it makes me uncomfortable, I am going to start to do that today. I talk so much about listening to the angels, but I have to confess that it hasn't always been able for me to follow the angels. So while I'm gifted and psychically, I was always able to hear them, there was always a part of me that was very much in resistance sometimes to following their message. I always kind of thought like, that my way, or I wanted to do things my way or on my own strength. And as I've grown up and become an adult, I've realized that my way is not always the best way, that God always has a better answer or way for me. And so when I was actually little, I was abused by my father. And I had very low self-esteem growing up. And it's something that I've actually struggled with a lot in my life. And I realized recently there's a correlation between being abused, being abandoned, and difficulty listening to the angels and trusting in a higher power. And I thought that this would be an important message to share with all of you today. So I hope that you're open to hearing what I have to say. I did a little bit of research this week, and I actually found that in step 2 of 12-step recovery programs, and I want to read this to you. This is so interesting. It's very short, but this is right out of the 12-step recovery program, and they all come from, I think it's Al-Anon. But as children, our parents and or others that were that power greater than ourselves, right? Because when we're little, our parents are God, pretty much. If these experiences left us unable to trust, we may now find it difficult to rely on anything or anyone, even ourselves. So if you have a hard time trusting yourself, look to your childhood. We may have learned that this power greater than ourselves was punishing, mean, unforgiving, or unavailable. We may also believe that we are unworthy of love and guidance. And as we seek help, letting go of control can be a terrifying prospect. So there's that correlation. I was like, it's been there all along. So I bet you didn't think that every time you're calling on the angels, you're actually activating step 2 of a 12-step recovery program. But it is, because step 2 is I surrender to a higher power or something like that. So when you call upon your angels, you're actually healing yourself. You're actually moving out of control. You're actually moving out of ego. So, and you're turning your life over to the winged saints. So I thought that was pretty cool today. Yeah, amazing, right? You're turning control over to a higher power, and that's what activates blessings in your life. All right. So, I hope that you receive that message right now. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's get into the weekly oracle card reading for this weekend. So the first card that I want to talk about is for this weekend, which is fairness. Whew. You know, a lot of people have a very subjective point of view about fairness. This is what the angel said to me when I was creating this card. And the first part of the message says the situation is going to be healed in a fair and just manner. So what does that really mean? Because it means something different to us than it does to the angels. But what they said to me is when both parties surrender their need to be right, okay, things tend to work out much more fairly and for the highest good of all concerned. Are you praying for things to just work out for you, or are you praying for them to work out for the highest good of all concerned? Because I know when you do that, when I've done that in my own life, things tend to work out much more faster. So we can actually pray about that right now. Whatever your situation is, don't look at how big your problem is. Look at how many amazing angels are with you right now, and look that you could let go of your ego, let go of your need to be right, and say, there might be a solution better than I think there is. And I just surrender that to you, angels, right now for a fair solution to the highest good of all concerned. You know, this could be a difficult thing to do when there's a lot of egos involved. So pray, but don't just pray. What's even more important than prayer is love, hope, and faith. Stay in a place of love, hope that things can be better, and have faith that your angels are going to work. Okay. I'm going to keep coming back to that today. Love, hope, and faith. It's the most important thing today. Now, as you're holding this intention that things are going to work out, don't be surprised that things suddenly shift in your favor. Because like I'm trying to say to you is when you release that need to be right, when you release that need for things to go in your way, that's when fairness happens. So balance that out, okay? That's what's really important this weekend. Today it's important Saturday, and it's important on Sunday. Okay, so we're going to remove that card. We're now moving into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, where the angels actually show it's super important for us to protect our boundaries. Isn't this a lovely card? Mickey Oceans designed these cards for me. I'm so impressed. These are my angel oracle cards. They're the spiritual principle angel oracle cards. I can't talk today. Available on Etsy.com and juliespiritualhealer.com. So protect your boundaries. Why did we pull this card for next week? It's a signal, you guys. It's a signal to protect your boundaries. Another word for boundaries, because I know a lot of you don't like the word boundaries, are preferences. What do I prefer? I prefer to eat at 2 o'clock in the afternoon than 5 o'clock. It's a preference, right? And sometimes if boundaries sound too hard for you, think about what would you prefer? I would prefer that my daughter asks me permission before she opens up the juice. It might be a boundary, but so you start with that preference. It's a way of leaning in. Now, the angels say next week, it's really important that you stop being aggressive, that you stop being passive, that you move into assertiveness, because there's a real strong reference to victimhood lately. The angel said a lot of you are feeling like a victim, like, woe is me, like things are so bad. And the angels want to remind you that's actually a form of prayer, right? Because if you want to know where your life is headed, listen to what you're thinking about over and over again. Yeah. So stop the victimhood, they're saying. Move into assertiveness. Ask for what you want. And if you can't ask the people around you, if you don't feel brave, at least ask the angels, right? Angels, thank you that I'm getting this promotion. Thank you, angels, that my spouse is treating me better. Maybe it's not the end step, but maybe it's the first step to protecting your boundaries, is deciding what you want. So where do you stand? What are your boundaries? Now, the angels want to say that a lot of you might need to start protecting your boundaries more if you're feeling used, if you're feeling resentful, if you're feeling violated, and if you feel isolated. Now, it's kind of a hard one because we're all kind of isolated right now more than we were before with social distancing. But it's like if you're purposely isolating yourself from other people, you're purposely pulling away. Maybe your lack of boundaries got you into this situation, is what the angels are saying. So try to move more into health, more assertiveness, and this is going to pull you out of your funk, they're saying. Okay, so that's really important next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right, so we're going to remove that. Now, this card is amazing to pull for next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You guys, you are enough. You deserve love. Okay, you are worthy. That's what this card is saying to you. This is all about the heart, going back to that place of love, loving yourself and knowing that you are enough. Now, I do realize that some of you out there really do struggle with loving yourself enough, that you struggle with, am I worthy of good things happening? And you doubt yourself. This card is saying, don't doubt yourself. You are enough. You are born enough. We learned fear. Okay, this card suggests that any situation that you find yourself in right now can be improved by seeing yourself through eyes of love and seeing yourself as worthy, because you are worthy in truth. And when you believe that you're worthy, other people feel that about you. They feel like you're worthy. It's true. If you love yourself, people feel that love and love you more. It's the law of attraction. Now, in the law of attraction, we state that like attracts like. But you know that atom that holds those frequencies together is Jesus. It's that faith. It's that hope. So if you struggle with believing you're enough, ask God and the angels. Thank you that I'm healing, that I'm realizing that I'm enough. Now, the angels do say that for some of you that this requires some inner child work, okay? That this requires some kind of work where, you just really tune into your inner child and you say, like, and you open your heart. Remember, love, hope, and faith. Love your inner child. And that means taking the time to know, like, what is bothering you right now? What is bothering me is I'm in pain. Okay, why are you in pain? I'm here. I love you. I'm in pain because this and this happened. Okay, I'm sorry that you went through that. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. Talk to your inner child, nurture them like you would a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old. It's really important because that's going to lighten your load, the angels are saying. And be open to it. Be open to yourself. Be open to loving yourself. And remember that you are enough. Okay? So that's excited me to know that I'm enough, that you're enough, that we all deserve good. I feel good about that message. I do. I have 2 quick announcements and then we're going into the live readings. Okay. I'm going to send out the link now and then I'm going to make a quick announcement. The link I just sent out is to join me in the studio, and I will be answering your psychic questions. You can start putting them in the comments below now. I want to quickly talk about how my book is now available. Everyday Angel Miracles, Volume 1, Spiritual Principles. This book is packed with spiritual principles that are going to get you into the right vibration to attract miracles in your life. This is a wonderful picture taken by my friend and student, Jody Lane. She was the first person to get this book. I haven't even got my copy yet. I ordered my copies from Amazon a week or two ago, and I'm still waiting for mine. But this is the picture she took on the weekend. It really made my day. She says it's already starting to shift. She's noticing a shift in her. So this is not me bragging on me. This is me bragging on the book. So let me just explain one thing that happened. It took me about 6 years to write this book, and the angels, I worked with them, the Ascended Master Katumi, like 3 a.m. every day, just an abundance of guidance for you. And the way that it was written was very strict in terms of it had to be a certain way. I thought that was my cat. And that's the way that you'll read it. Just the way that you'll read it will be very healing for you. So you'll know if you are guided to get this book. It's available on Amazon Kindle. And if you are guided to get this book, you'll know it and you can order that today. So that's super exciting. Okay. Other announcement that I do want to mention is the fact that my night with Spirit has now become an afternoon with Spirit, and they're guiding me to put the link and send that out one more time. So you can go ahead and join me in the chat room in a couple of minutes. So it's now an afternoon with Spirit, and this is going to be a Zoom event now because of social distancing, because there's so many people there. But with Zoom, I can have even more people. So I hope that if you feel guided to join me with an afternoon with Spirit, where we will be doing live angel readings, mediumship readings, that if you feel guided, that you'll join us. There's tickets on sale at juliespiritualhealer.com/events. Okay, so we did have somebody in the staging area, and it looks like they somehow got kicked out. The angels want me to say, make sure that you have allowed Facebook and Be Live authorized on your app. Okay, so you have to sort of authorize that. So now let's go to the Joy and Vitality page, and let's see what messages I am going to be answering for people. Oh, wow. Okay, so lots of comments. Good morning, Tamara. She would love to hear some messages regarding her career. Okay. Okay, so Tamara, you have a lot of purple, and you also have a lot of gray in your aura. The gray shows me that you're holding some unforgiveness in your field, and the angels know that if you were to release that unforgiveness, they're saying it's about a situation that you just cannot get over. So I don't know how that makes sense to you, but that's what they are showing me. And the purple is that Archangel Michael is standing right next to you. So I want you to have faith that Archangel Michael is with you in this situation, and he knows that a great healing would occur if you were to call upon him and ask him to remove the trauma of that situation. Now, as far as your career, the angels are saying that it's the time to decide. You haven't really decided between, do I want a job for the money, or do I want to align with my purpose in life? And the angels really kind of know that. So they're saying it's really important that you first decide that. Okay. So I hope that message is helpful for you, Tamara. Okay. Julie Rodrigue. Hi. Good morning. So nice to see you. And we have Diane in the chat room. Hi, Diane. Good morning. You will in sec. So Julie, I did say I'm going to come back to Julie and answer your questions. So don't worry. And I'm being guided to go to Diane right now. So Diane, you actually have a lot of orange in your field. Are you aware of that?
No, not at all.
You have such cool hair. Yeah. So orange in the field usually indicates a move, whether you just moved or a move is imminent for you, but that's what's coming through for you is a move. And they're saying location. So I'm not sure what that means, but that's what the angels are showing me today.
Wow. Okay. I don't have any intention of moving at this point. I just retired a year ago, but I'm not thinking of moving.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stand by that message. The reason why is, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I did this reading for a guy, and his angels took his reading as their opportunity to congratulate him on being a first-time grandfather. And he didn't see a way that what I was saying was true at all. He was like, that's not true. My daughter's a virgin. There's no way that I'm a grandpa. No, Julie, like what you're saying isn't true. And then a few months later, I got this long message from him on Facebook saying that unbeknownst to him, his daughter had actually moved in with a guy that he didn't even know about, and she was 4 months pregnant. So I've just learned, and this isn't an arrogant thing, it's just I trust the angels, I have faith in them, that if they give me that message, that we may not understand it right now, but that there's a reason why it's being delivered to you.
Okay. Interesting. I'm just learning a bit about angels recently, and I'm trying like to kind of bring them into my field and know about them. So everybody does have angels, am I understanding that correctly?
Absolutely. So you have two guardian angels with you right now. Everybody does. People
Nice.
just, yeah, it's exciting. And actually, one of them is stepping forward to me. You have also a lot of purple in your energy as well. So, and there's also like some dad energy coming through. So, okay, so two messages. One, does that make sense to you? They're saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of messages for Diane today. This might be a bit of a longer reading. I do try to give everybody the same amount of time. So if I do give somebody a bit of a longer reading, it's just because I am guided to. Okay. So what I want to talk about is, okay, the first thing that I saw was the purple, which is that you have Archangel Michael with you. He also talks about you're increasing your clairaudience. So your ability to hear the angels right now, that's actually the strongest psychic ability in you.
Okay.
So, and he says that you're a little confused. You don't know. The way that you can know that it's the angels talking is very short, repetitive directions. So
Okay.
mail that letter, mail that letter. And then you like, I don't know what letter. And then a couple of hours later, it's mail that letter. And it's, oh yeah, I was supposed to mail that letter. Or like, it's going to keep repeating. The angels are not going to give up on you. If you don't get the message right away, they're going to say it again. So that's something that they really want you to pay attention to. And especially on Thursday, which is next
Okay. Great.
Friday. So there's going to be some strong messages coming to you next Thursday, and they said you're going to be able to recognize. They said prayer is very important to you because you tend to overthink things. Is that true?
Very much so.
Yeah. They know that, and they're saying one thing that's going to help you is when you catch yourself with overthinking, is turn it over to them and say, "Thank you, angels, that I'm hearing you." Even if you don't especially believe that that's true, just saying that is activating your faith, right? We're talking about love, hope, and faith today. Is you really want to activate that faith that you have, because they said sometimes it's a little bit dormant in you. Like you want to be more spiritual, you're very open, but you need to activate your faith even more, is what they show me. So sort of saying that prayer, thank you, angels, that you are, is really going to activate that faith for you, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Perfect. Now I
Wow.
want to talk about now I want to talk about messages from, you can feel the energy from those prayers, right? That's what you're responding to, I'm hearing.
Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, it's amazing.
Perfect. So now I really want to talk about your dad, who I feel like you're super close to. Like, did I hear best friend right? Do you feel like your dad is your best friend, or did he feel that way about you?
I don't know. I had a very, very strong connection with him. He was a very
Yeah.
powerful person, and he's been gone for a while now, for
Yeah.
sure. But I still feel a connection to him from
Yeah.
the other side.
You have to understand something is when I tune into spirit, the most important thing that I feel is the emotion that you have with them. And the way that I interpreted that closeness was like a best friend. I
Hmm.
just felt that closeness between you. The most important message that your dad wants to deliver is, now I have no pain. Do you understand that message?
Yes. Yeah. He lived in a very painful state for many, many years.
Yeah. And I feel like that was at times a burden for you. Like you wish that he didn't have
Mm.
to go through that, correct?
Yes, yes, I really did. I just wanted him to be out of pain, for sure.
Right. So know that he does know that. This is his way of acknowledging his
Mm.
presence and validating that he's here in a special way that's just unique to you, that's something that I wouldn't
Mm.
really know, that he's no longer in pain, that you can kind of
Mm.
release that burden, cast that to heaven. You no longer have to carry that. He wants you to know he's no longer at pain. Um, he,
Mm.
yeah, that's really
Mm.
important. There's a lot of changes that have happened for him on the other side that he wants to talk about. He talks about his mind being more free. Now he says, now my mind is free. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah, I do.
What is that about for you?
Well, he just seemed to be in a mental turmoil for many years. He dealt with lots of illnesses and cancer and anger about his family and his parents and just general unhappiness. And I was always trying to kind of talk him into seeing the positive side and the good things in his life as opposed to all the negative and the sad things.
Right.
So to think that he's sort of in a peaceful mind space makes me feel really happy.
Yeah. And I mean, that's again a unique validation of his presence here today, right? Because this isn't a general message. This is a very specific message that now my mind is free, letting you know that he's right there with you. And he actually just put his hand on your left shoulder. So I don't know if you just got the bumps or if you felt something, but he just put his hand on your shoulder,
Oh,
right? He really wants you to know, thank you for what you tried,
mm.
but it did take me coming to the other side to have that new understanding. But he really wants to thank you. He's like, I get it now, is the message coming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. I worked really hard many years trying to make him happy and for his own benefit, and it was a struggle. So I'm
Yeah.
happy that he's at peace. That's really cool. Oh my gosh! And
Perfect.
he was so huggy, and he
Yeah.
always touched my shoulder. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, know
Mm.
that he's on the other side learning. Know that he was greeted by so many loving people. He also wants you to know. And the last message he wants you to know is that he always gives you a good night kiss. So um, yeah, I just trust that
Oh.
these messages were healing for you. I would love to read you more if you ever feel like you wanted more. I really do invite you to book a private with me at juliespiritualhealer.com. Your dad says
Okay.
that always pointing you in the right direction. So look out for signs from him. And it was a pleasure to read you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you just made my day. I just kind of tuned in at exactly the right time, and I thank you for from the bottom of my heart.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
But don't thank me. That was your dad. He says it was your dad that
Okay.
pointed you. So yeah, he
Wow.
does all the
How
work. I
cool.
just listen.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. God bless you. All the best to
Thanks.
you. You're very welcome. Okay, so that was an incredible, amazing validation from spirit on the other side. I cannot make this stuff up, you guys. Julie Rodrigue, let's go back to you. By the way, if any of you do want to join me in the studio as well, I'm going to send that link out now. Just check out the comments on the Join Vitality video post there. If you want to refresh your screen, they should show up. Okay, so Julie really needs a message. Julie Rodrigue. It's weird. You have a light blue in your field right now. So speaking your truth is something that you're doing more. But there's also like a real panic to your energy, they're saying. I want to talk about two things. One is that a career in like communication where you're showing up and speaking would be really, really prudent for you. But they're saying that you have a lot on your mind. They're saying the biggest thing that you can do to heal your life right now, Julie, is to work with your ear chakras and to listen to divine messages. Um, I feel like you really can tune into the voice of spirit and to the voice of your angels. So one thing, I'm going to give you guys all this really cool tip to better hear your angels, and that is visualize purple, violet cones of light healing your ear chakras, but it's actually coming out of your eyebrows. Kind of like a unicorn. They just said like two unicorn horns. If you imagine like two unicorn horns of purple violet light, that's actually going to unblock and let go of anything negative anyone has ever said to you. When you're visualizing that light coming out, also say like, I'm enough, I'm loved, I'm lovable, I'm victorious, I'm blessed, and start to fill yourself with those positive things that the angels already say about you. And when you say them, you're getting in agreement with what the angels say about you. That is activating your faith. Okay. And when you activate your faith, that is the power that lets the angels go to work. We have Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly is now in the studio. Kimberly, I have seen you making comments over the past few weeks. It's so nice to see you in person. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am glad. We used to have like that psychic development night that used to come to.
Yeah, I know. I miss that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore, but it was nice to see you and meet you in that way.
Mhm.
All the psychic development now is one-on-one virtual sessions right now, of course, because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So, um, okay, so there's a lot of brown in your aura that I want to talk about today. Um, they're also making me feel like you're a little bit indecisive.
Okay.
Do you feel fatigued lately?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the brown. There's a little bit of trying to make up for lost time and trying to do everything at once. Do you connect to that?
I'm not sure. I'd probably have to sit and think with that. It doesn't come through immediately.
Yeah. Do you feel rushed? Like you have to do many things at once?
Yeah, I think I feel different. Like I'm a teacher, and so everything's now different, right? So it's more like I've become a marker, right? And I feel like that time crunch, and I'm tied to my computer now, and so there's that difference. And I know that's a lot where the fatigue comes from, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the fatigue is showing up in your field as that brown color to me. That's sort of what's standing out to me. The angels bring it up not as a criticism, but just as a marker that you need to get outside more fresh air, even if they're just 8-minute walks or 20-minute walks, that you're getting out into nature and getting fresh air in between that marking time. Because there's a reference to feeling chained to your desk. Do you understand
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I think I've actually used that expression.
Yeah, that's why they're bringing it up, is that when you were saying I'm chained to my desk, the angels were actually right there with you at that exact time. So know that they don't want you to feel that way anymore. Your angels want you to feel free. And that it's like they said, this is also a time for you to heal from everything. They said they make me feel like there was a lot of stresses in your life that you felt like you were handling. And then they showed me a picture of a younger boy. Would this be your son?
I do have a young son. Yeah.
Yeah. And were there stresses in the past connected to him that are maybe better now?
Yep.
Perfect. So know that because of those situations, the angels were with you. They were working on your behalf. Now it's a time of healing and rest where it's really about you, is what they're saying. So know that it's about giving yourself that permission and about you're enough, giving yourself that love and that permission to, it's okay for me to rest and take a break in between. And I don't need to be a slave to anything, or a slave to the system, is what they're calling it.
Okay.
Did you have any questions for me, or did you come just for a general reading today?
I think I just came more for a general. It's funny. I feel like I'm going to cry, which I didn't feel before.
Tears are good. They release emotion. Tears are good.
I do have a lot of grief in me, and I think that it's definitely holding me back. I know it is. Yeah, I don't know how to let go of it. And it's crazy because a lot of it's my dog. I miss my dog.
Hmm.
I can't believe I'm crying. I was fine.
It's good. It's because you feel safe. It's because you feel safe with me. You know, your dog sees all of your thoughts and did when your dog was alive, as well as the other side. So your dog is with you. And I think you've just been through a lot, Kimberly. And I know, especially, I mean, it's both genders, but especially as women, we do a lot of, I'll do it later. I'll cry later. I'll heal later. I will get to myself later. It's always like putting everybody else's needs first, especially as mothers, right? And when you were going through it with your son, the Archangel Raphael makes me feel like you put a lot of your own needs and feelings aside, really. I was just talking with somebody about this yesterday that, you know, when you keep doing that again and again and again, it builds up and then we just feel so frazzled that we can get so stressed out. But it's really important that now that you have the time is let yourself breathe and do some journaling and check in with your inner child and let the emotions come up.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because I have this huge urge to write, but then when I open my journal, nothing comes, nothing. Like
I would write
I
that.
feel very stuck right now. I feel really, I just said that to my husband. I feel very stuck. Like my workplace was not like a super happy place for me. So in some ways, this distance working has been good for me, but I feel very stuck and I also feel really lonely. And it's weird because I never thought of myself as lonely. So yeah, there's lots of emotions going on.
Yeah, and all valid emotions, right? All valid emotions. The one thing that I would recommend to you is number one, honor where you're at right now. It's okay that you feel that way. Give yourself permission to have these feelings and allow them to be there. The other thing I would say about journaling, because I work so much and there's also quite a bit about the journaling process in my book, Everyday Angel Miracles, is about writing down that very thing. Like you said, I don't have anything to write. My suggestion for you would be you should write that. I don't know what to write. Because when you give yourself permission to just put down random thoughts, what you'll notice is going to start to happen is the real truth is going to come out of you. But I really do. I am guided for you to recommend this book to you, Everyday Angel Miracles, Volume 1. They're saying, get it. It's really going to help you give yourself permission. Another one of my students, the one who took this picture, Jody, she said that because she's been journaling for months, actually, that when she read this book, she learned that it's about layers. So maybe your first layer today is, I don't have anything to write. I hate that I feel this way. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I feel lonely. I don't know why. And allow yourself for it to be random. You know, I'm sure as a teacher in university, you were taught that, you need a topic sentence. The first paragraph, so we're taught to write in a very structured way in post-secondary education. When it comes to journaling, it's not that way. And we can feel so, what? Like, I can't organize this. What? They're saying, give yourself permission for it to just be free writing and allow it to be negative, allow it to be fragmented, and see if you can write 3 pages. And it will be uncomfortable. But this is about getting to your truth, Kimberly, because I just feel like you have a big shift coming in the month of August, and you have to do your work before then.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I hope that message inspired hope in you today.
Thanks. Well, I guess it's not surprising. I just, it's that feeling of being stuck, right? It's just, how do you let it go? And
you don't let it go. Yeah. You allow yourself to be stuck. Eckhart Tolle said the way out of the mud is acknowledging that it is mud.
Mm-hmm.
It is mud. You are stuck, and you need to start to identify what those pieces are around you that have put you there. And that's what the journaling is going to help you to uncover.
Okay. I do have one question for you, and I'm sorry to keep taking your time. Do you have any, like, my dad is still alive, but is there a way that you can give any message for my dad or my mom?
Absolutely. I'm not guided to do that today, but one of
Okay.
the things that I do for people is I do channeling because I have a lot of clients who have elderly people in care who have dementia or
Mm-hmm.
other sort of situations. And what I do is it's usually just about a half an hour. You don't need a full hour booking for it, but I do sit down and I can tell you exactly what's going on with him. So that's absolutely what we can do later.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Thanks again for your time.
You're very welcome. God
Bye.
bless and wish you all the best. You're welcome. Okay, let's go back to the comments. And okay, lots of messages. Hi, there's a message from Nikki Marie. Hi, Julie. Wondering if you have any messages for me. So you have a lot of pink in your aura, Nikki, a lot of happenings with regards to your love life, romantic feelings. The angels really want you to explore those feelings more. They said that they're totally real and worth exploring. So I just feel like that's really important for you right now, and also super hot, if I can say that. Okay. All right, let's refresh the page because that's something I really need to do right now is refresh the page. Lots of comments. Okay, Tamila. Hi, Julie. I really enjoyed listening to you and I hope I can get a reading from you. Yes, you can. I'm going to put out the link again in case you want to join me live in this studio. But if I don't see you in the next couple minutes, I'll just start reading. Hi, Jody. Nice to see you. Hi, Tara. The other thing I want to do just really quickly right now is I actually want to give away some tickets to my night with Spirit. I want to give some tickets away. So the way to get your tickets, if I call your name, is to email me with the subject line, Night with Spirit, Love, Hope, and Faith. Because that's the message today, love, hope, and faith. So I'm going to give 2 tickets away right now. I'm going to give a ticket away to Jody Lane. I'm going to give a ticket away to Tara Dawn. And who's this? Bree Petrie Richardson. I'm giving you a free ticket to my afternoon with Spirit. That's coming up Friday, June the 12th. It'll be a forum similar to this where I'll be just reading everybody. So Bree, you can go ahead and message me. My email. Yes, they're like, Julie, they need your email. So Julie's Everyday Angel Miracles at gmail.com. It's all one word. It sounds like a run-on sentence, but if you think of the title of my book, which is Everyday Angel Miracles, it's Julie's, plural, Everyday Angel Miracles at gmail.com, or you could go to juliespiritualhealer.com. Also, you guys can get a hold of me at the Joy and Vitality Center website. I never say that, but it's like, because I think it's so obvious, but like, I need to say that. If you go to joyandvitalitycenter.ca/card-readings-Calgary/ or just go to joinvitalitycenter.ca. I have a profile there as well. You can get a hold of me there. That might be easier. Carol Ann Kirby, I'm giving you a free pass, and that's it. That's it. 4 passes to my night with Spirit. Okay. Let's go to Tamila. She wants a reading. Tamila, you have a lot of green in your energy. So the healing angel is with you, healing your life situation. The healing angel is Raphael. Here's a picture of him. So there's a lot of healing going on in your life. The energy is funny around you. And by funny, I mean, I want to say this to you. You are totally a free person. You are totally free to choose the direction that you want your life to go. And that is actually your message today. I think you think so many things hold you back, but they don't. The angels really want to say to you today that you're absolutely free to choose and to decide, what is it you want to do from a place of your heart. Your angels really, 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 really want you to know that today, that you are free. Okay. So Jody, your message is you got a free spot in my in my afternoon with Spirit. So let's go to Crystal. Crystal, I just sort of stumbled upon this morning, and I definitely heard a couple of things I needed to hear. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Crystal. That makes me glad. I inspired some hope in you. That was my intention today. So that makes me so happy. Carrie LeBlanc. Hi, Julie. I'm really struggling right now. If you feel drawn to read me, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. What a nice message, Carrie. Very well written. Thank you. A lot of blue in your energy. You're a very independent person. You do like to speak your truth, but you're also a little bit psychic. I don't know why you're struggling, because you're so psychic and okay, there's a lot of static. So they're letting me feel the static in your life. I get it. I get it. You get nervous and you get scared. So today's message should also really help you. Call on Archangel Michael to work with you to clear your fear. We're all going to vacuum fear right now so that you know how to do this. So the way, Carrie, is you say, Archangel Michael, come to me now. Thank you that you're vacuuming me on high speed, that I'm able to hear you, angels. I'm opening up to you, angels. I know that you're leading me in the right direction, angels. And please vacuum me on high speed. So breathe in, Carrie. Deep breath in. And release. Letting go of fear now. Angels, thank you that you're filling Carrie with beautiful diamond angel sparkle gel filled with love, hope, and faith. They said you're on the path to recovery now. That, as you know, that you're psychic, because they said that's part of it, is you thought you were crazy. You're not crazy. Your spiritual experiences are very real, is what they really want you to know. I also think that you went through a really hard time in the past connected to your mom. And they said that like forgiveness is really going to clear you. I don't know if your mom was nasty, but that's kind of the impression that I'm getting from your angels. They want you to forgive that person for what she did. I think your mom struggled with some stuff of her own, which we can get into more privately if you'd like at any time. But I just think the thing that's going to help you the most is creating what's called a God box. And this is where you write your worries, your concerns, and also your desires on a piece of paper. And you put them in a special container, right? Like a box, obviously bigger than a box like this, but in a box. And you kind of, it's your way of releasing, because I think that you tend to hold on a lot. So know that they want you to let go more. And they really want you to notice music, messages, and song lyrics. Your angels are talking to you, and you're very, what they call clairaudient, so you can hear. And these messages are a real answer to your prayers, Carrie. So really, really tune in. Okay. I am starting to get tired, you guys. And so what I would rather do than keep on pushing myself through is actually close here. Leave things on a high note. That's always what they say. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in and for joining us today. It was my absolute pleasure to be here with you and to help inspire you to love more, to have more hope, and to have more faith. You can find me at the joinvitalitycenter.ca website under card readings. If you're interested in my book, it's Everyday Angel Miracles, Volume 1, The Spiritual Principles, available now on Amazon Kindle. Mwah. Lots of love to you, everyone. Bye. Happy Friday.